I didn't want to make this video because I feel like it's all I've been complaining about, and recently I've been angry because I'm tired of being sad. I'm tired of being upset. I'm tired of almost every week crying over some menial thing and making a video about it. I'm tired of always feeling broken. I'm tired of always feeling left out. I'm tired of always feeling alone, even though I know I'm not. I'm tired of always telling me myself all of these things and having people tell me things that I already know as well. But I just don't believe them. I know they're true. I just don't believe them. I feel like I'm turning into that stereotypical teenager who's like, woe is me, like my life is horrible, like everything's a mess, blah 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 blah, like my parents don't care about me, blah 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 blah. And I'm tired of feeling guilt and shame over that and being like, I'm starting to feel guilt and shame over that because I don't want to turn into one of those stereotypical teenagers. And I feel like I'm turning into one of them because I keep crying over things that, like, I feel like I shouldn't be crying over. And I feel like I'm making a big deal out of things that I shouldn't be making a big deal out of. Like, for example, today, my friend was talking to me and he was telling me that I should email my teacher because I need a schedule change. And I was like, yeah, I'll just meet up with her in person when school starts on Thursday, like, it's fine. And he was like, no, you should email your teacher just to make sure that it's possible even and not waste your time just visiting her. And I was like, okay. And so I emailed her, and then like 4 or 5 hours later, well, maybe I'm being dramatic, but it was like 3 or 4 hours later, I got an email back, and it was like an automated response, and it was like, if we made a clerical error, that is the only way that we can make a schedule change. If not, then you're stuck with your schedule, basically, is what the email said. And like, it literally made me mad and like made me want to cry at the same time, because like I felt like I wasn't, like, I don't know, like I just felt like so like neglected, like she didn't like care, which I know is not true. Like, my counselor does care, like on a professional level, and I know like if I talk to her in person on Thursday, like she'll care, definitely, and like she'll try and do something, most likely. But there's always like those hidden insecurities, being like, they probably won't give a fuck at all, like they probably don't even care about any of whatever the fuck you're going through, because I'm so trapped and like stuck thinking about all of the people that I know who don't believe in like mental illness and mental disabilities, like my dad and my grandma and just other people who are stuck up and like in their little like boxes and like don't care about anything that they don't understand or don't experience. And I'm so used to that, and I'm so used to like being there for other people and like, or having to suffer because of other people, instead of like taking care of myself and working through problems for myself, by myself, that, or like getting extra help from other people for myself, that like, it's like, I don't know if embarrassing is the right word, but it just feels different. And I know it's needed, but it's also like really different. And I feel like exposed, and like I have like a weakness that I'm always wearing, and like that I could become a target. of bullying. Like, I used to be in elementary school and middle school. Middle school wasn't that bad though, because middle school, like, people didn't use words as much as they just, well, people weren't as physical as they were in elementary school, or like they didn't use as much words. They just kind of like ignored me and like spread rumors, but it wasn't like too bad. But elementary school was like really tough because I was always that new weird kid who was always a little bit shabbier than the other kids, and like no one liked me because I never really fit in. Like, I didn't know what normal was. Like, I didn't know what shopping with like the family was like. I didn't know like the normal like problems and mundane problems that like normal kids had. Like, I didn't know any of that, and like none of the kids really got it, and I didn't know what to talk about because I'd never experienced any of the things that they experienced, and I didn't get like little petty crushes. Like, I just never really formed many friends in elementary school, and I was kind of always targeted as the like the loner and the weird kid who like dresses weirdly and like just is smart but doesn't really like talk, and like is just weird. And so some people would physically bully me and some people would just kind of like verbally bully me, and then I had to deal with shit at home too. Like, it just was not a happy time in elementary school. Middle school was like, I don't know. Like, I remember elementary school kind of being like a mixture of like every time I went to high school, school, like I would always get bullied, like almost every time. And then as like the year continued, sometimes I would make friends, but they were more like acquaintances, and it was more of like I would like somewhat hang around them, but then they would kind of just like leave me alone anytime someone else like spread rumors about them because of me or something, and then they would just like leave, and then I would just be kind of like on my own again. So it wasn't really like friends. And I never really made any like connections with anybody. But yeah, and then middle school, like everything like hit like rock bottom, and like it was even more conservative. So I'm just used to being a target. So I don't I don't think I've talked about the bullying before in detail. Like, I just kind of like was like, fun times. I don't know. Just recently today, I've been in a really bad mood. Well, it was when I got the email back, I just like, a wave of depression was just like, let's hit Angela today. She hasn't had a depression hit in a while. Like, let's hit her up and slam her to the fucking ground. And I'm just like crying and like thinking about all of the reasons why I'm pathetic and like why I was a target and why I should be a target now, and like why are people even friends with me? Like, why do I even like deserve people? Like, my family's fucked up. Like, there's no other way to put it. Like, my dad thinks he's a good dad, but he's like very conservative, and like he's not religious, but in the same sense he's also just as close-minded as like a super religious like preacher. Like, he just And then my mom, I can't like depend on her, because anytime I depend on her too much, like I've already talked about this, it's like push and pull with her. Like I can't. And my uncle, like, I always feel bad because, like, he's not my dad. And I just feel like I shouldn't depend on him too much, because he's got his own life. Like, he has his own family. Like, he has his own children. Like, he should be worrying about them, not me. And, like, I just wish people would kind of leave me alone, because I do feel like I don't deserve them. Like, I don't deserve love. Like, I know sometimes I feel like I've never really been given true love. Like, my mom, she tells me she loves me all the time, but, like, I feel like it's not, like, real love. It's like she's so dependent on me. And it's that kind of love. And it's like I'm her first family that she's ever had, her real family. And I'm the first person that she's ever, like, really depended on. And when I was a baby and when I was a toddler, I depended on her. But then when I turned, like, 6 or 7, like, she depended on me. And I needed to take care of myself. You know, like, I just... And then whenever I complain about my family or I think about my family in a negative light, I feel guilty because I have 2 parents. Like, I could be an orphan, or I could be a half orphan, or, like, it could be a lot worse. Like, sure, I kind of had to depend on myself for, like, a lot of things, and I've had to deal with bullying, and I've had to deal with a mental illness or disability that I didn't even know I had until just recently. I've had to deal with let's not sugarcoat it, she's kind of abusive and obsessive at the same time. So when people talk about abuse, like, they talk about, like, verbal abuse and physical abuse. They don't talk about, like, that's why I always kind of stuck with my mom, because I'd always thought it wasn't abuse. Because she loves me. She always tells me she loves me. Like, it's, like, she's almost always affectionate with me. Like, I don't understand how this could be considered abuse, but it was, like, too much. Like, she was obsessive. Like, she was, like, so clingy. Like, she was so paranoid about everything. Like, if I left the house for longer than 10 minutes, if it wasn't for school, she would call me and ask me to come home because she couldn't deal with the fact that I was too far away from her. And, like, I could never really have sleepovers. And not that I even could have, like, did have sleepovers, because I didn't really have any close friends until, like, literally the end of middle school, pretty much. Like, in 8th grade was when I finally made good friends. And that was the first time that I ever made real friends. And then, like, throughout my whole childhood, like, I just couldn't make connections. And just, like, it just wasn't a thing. And then so I always thought that my mom wasn't abusive because she was so possessive and clingy that I thought that that's, like, a good thing, because, like, that can't be abusive. It's, like, in a good light, you know, because everyone always says that if someone loves you, like, it's a good thing. Society is always like, if someone loves you, it's a good thing. If they're protective, it's because they love you, blah, blah, blah. I thought, if she loves me, then that can't be a bad thing. But then I always thought about, like, how she would have her little episodes where she would turn on me, and like she would like freak out and like get incredibly angry with me. Hold on. Sorry. My grandma just like wanted to tell me something. But like she would have her little episodes, and like just it was like you couldn't even tell how to trigger them. And a lot of times it wasn't really physical abuse, it was just like very verbal, screaming. Like the only time that she really got like physically abusive was if she would like grab me or like unintentionally scratch me or like slap me. But then afterwards she would always like profusely apologize and be like, it's like, I'm so sorry, like you can hate me, like I'm so sorry, I'm a terrible mom, blah 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 blah. And then when it got really bad during middle school, like it was just that she would like isolate herself from me and like almost never talk to me, never taken like care of anything around the house. Like the only room that was clean in our house was my room. The rest of the house was a disgusting mess. And like I didn't know how, I wasn't mature enough to like know how to handle it, because throughout my childhood, like I like watched my mom clean stuff and like thought that that was just like her thing, because she used to love cleaning, and she used to love, like that was her little thing. She loved being like little housekeeper kind of, and she loved working. And I honestly don't remember much of my mom being good when I was a kid. Like I just really remember a lot of like, there was a short like 2 to 3 year period where she had like a decent group of friends. She was in AAA. She was working a really good job, and in those 3 years she like glowed, and she was actually like a good mom, and like it was okay. And like around that time, like I also had started to make like okay friends, but like they still weren't like really real connections, because again, like you can't really make real connections as a kid. But also like I just always felt really disconnected from everyone else, because like I always had this huge secret that I couldn't tell anybody, and all of their little mundane stories of, oh, my mom and I fought over this thing, like I just couldn't relate to. And I think that's kind of where a lot of like my compulsive lying when I was a kid started as well, because like I wanted to fit in, like I wanted to be liked by someone, like, you know. And then my dad and I's relationship when I was younger was pretty bad too. Well, in my eyes, like as a kid, I was like, oh my god, like I get to visit my dad sometimes, and it's like the best thing ever, because I almost never visit him, and he's always super nice, and we have fun together, and like that was my relationship with my dad. But I rarely ever got to see him, because either I was living with my mom, who's like super clingy and possessive, or like his military would just drag him away. And I almost always got shut down when I wanted to visit him, because either my mom like just wasn't like, didn't want to do it. Well, most of the time she was pretty okay with it, because like she knew like legally like you can't like cling to me. But my dad was always like busy with something, and like was always like, I'm sorry, but I have to cancel, baby, like, or wait, no, not baby, I'm tired, sorry, honey. Like he always called me honey when I was little. Baby, that's disgusting. Like why would he call me baby? That's literally, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not even telling the whole story of me being raped when I was like 9. So yeah, my childhood was like great. Like it was fun. Also, that 2 to 3 year period where my mom was being a good mom was like the last year of that year where she was being a good mom. Like I was raped. So again, like, tainted memories even when my mom was being an okay mom. Like, just, I could never catch a break. Like, and I feel like I almost never catch a break. Like, I finally am free from my mom and can, like, make my own decisions, and, like, I'm okay, and, like, I have a semi-good relationship with my mom. Like, I'm trying to, unfortunately, I'm trying to, like, break it off with my dad, kind of, sort of, because, like, I'm trying to prepare myself for when he's gonna, like, lose his shit when I tell him everything. And I'm trying to get, like, therapy and stuff. And then, but then also, like, there's my grandma who has dementia and is in denial, and, like, I have to take care of her. It's not as extreme as when I had to take care of my mom / me, but it also is, like, kind of similar, because, like, someone else is depending on me, but, like, they're, like, in denial of them depending on me, and they think they're independent, but they're not independent. And I have to squirt around for little episodes as well, because my grandma will have episodes. Maybe not as intensely as my mom's, but, like, she'll have episodes where she, like, yells at me, and, like, sort of, like, maybe if it's a long lecture, like 10 or 20 minutes, and then she'll go to ignoring me for the rest of the day, and then she'll forget about it the next day, and, like, just, it'd be like nothing happened. So, I mean, I guess that's kind of good in a way, but she's also, like, so extremely stubborn, and, like, I can't convince her to do anything, so that's fun. And, like, I just feel, like, so stressed, because I have to deal with, like, this new discovery of, like, I have a mental disability, which is still really kind of hard to admit. Like, I don't know, it's just hard. And, like, I don't know, I feel like when I talk about it to my friends, like, they don't really understand. They're just kind of like, yeah, like, you should talk to your, like, counselor about it. She'll understand, like, she'll get it, like, she'll fix it for you, it's fine. And I'm just like, it's not so simple as just, like, you're, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's not just, like, oh, your counselor's just gonna fix it for you. Like, it's like, okay, like, how can you be sure? Like, I have all these, like, stupid doubts in my head that are super irrational, like, stupid. That, like, she's gonna judge me and be like, you're not actually, like, you don't actually have a mental disability. Like, where's your proof? Like, even though I probably do have proof in my school records or somewhere. Like, she probably won't even ask for proof. She'll probably, like, okay. And, like, if I need proof in the future, like, I can get, like, medical records from my therapist. But, like, I don't know, like, just all these irrational fears from, like, all of my insecurities when I was a kid just are rising up and, like, just want to fight me, like, every step to my recovery for, like, everything. And, like, I'm so tired of it. Like, I'm just done. Like, I don't want it to be so hard. Like, I almost kind of wish I could live back with my mom, because when I was living with my mom, I felt wanted, and even though I knew it wasn't, like, right to be wanted the way that she wanted me, like, I still, like, liked feeling, like, accepted and okay no matter what I did. And then also, like, I always felt numb, which is probably like what's it called, a coping mechanism to feel numb. And I want that back, because, like, years of pent up, like, emotions are just, like, released now, because I'm letting them go, and it's so hard to, like, deal with them. I just want the numbness back. I just want to pretend again and just be like, I'm fine, like, we're okay. But I I can't do it anymore. Like, I, like, physically can't. Like, I'm done with lying, and I'm done with, like, living in that household. And, like, I literally cannot graduate high school unless I take those special classes, unless I take medicine or whatever I need. But I can't move on with my life unless I get help for all of the shit that I'm going through right now, because I kept it all pent up. I just wish I could, like, have my therapist appointment tomorrow, because, like, I want it done. Like, I can't. I feel like it's so hard. It's so hard. It's like, I don't even know how to explain it. I was gonna try and make, like, a jail analogy and be like, it's like you're in chains and then you're free of the chains, but then you're in a jail cell still and you, like, don't know how to get out. Or you know how to get out, but, like, you haven't. You still need time to complete the plan, you know? And that's me right now. Like, I have the blueprints of how to escape my cell. I just need more time to, like, fully go through all of the planning. If that makes sense. That probably was so stupid, and I'm sorry for that stupid analogy. Okay, like, I'm not in my best right now. Like, I just, Anyways, I'm probably gonna continue crying and, like, feeling sorry for myself and being me, because that's me being me. Well, me now, trying to, like, feel everything, because I worked, like, so hard for these past 2 years, like, trying to get rid of all my barriers and get rid of all my walls, because I wanted to work through it. I just didn't realize it would be so difficult and so hard to break through the walls, first of all, and then once I finally broke through the walls, to feel everything. Like, everything. Like, it's, I just can't keep doing this. Like, I can't keep pretending, and I can't keep hiding and stuffing it down, and I want to work through it, but, like, it's so hard having all these emotions and all of these memories and all of this pain. Just feel like I'm a ball of pain. Like, just breathing hurts. It's like my heart is throbbing. It's like everything hurts. That was dramatic. Hello. Well, I mean, wow. Jesus. Okay, anyways, again, gonna go cry some more off camera and, watch anime, because, like, I've been getting into anime a little bit more now. Although, goddamn, it's so fucking hard to find a good one with all of the shit floating around in anime community. Yeah. I really should blow my nose. Like, there's so much snot in my nose now. Okay, anyways, I keep saying anyways and saying goodbye in my own little way, but then, like, I don't leave. So goodbye. Like, Jesus. Okay, bye.